The Vancouver Canucks Diwali night is back tonight for the game against the Chicago Blackhawks. There is going to be a party on the plaza outside of the arena and a special market inside on the concourse. And of course, there's going to be that very popular Canucks Diwali merch, which includes a limited edition Diwali-style black skate logo. RandipJanda is one of the organizers of the celebration. He is the Canucks radio color commentator for Sportsnet 650. And Anil Kainth is a music producer from Surrey. You may know him as Intense. He's performing the pregame on the plaza and inside the arena during the intermissions. Intense and Randip join us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good.
Randip, just how big is this Canucks Diwali celebration?
Well, I've heard people across the league talk about it as the gold standard when it comes to celebrating community in the NHL. It's you mentioned it, 9 years of this great celebration, and it really, more than anything, it's looking at your community, acknowledging the people that make up the community, that make up the fan base, and welcoming them to the rink. And I think the Vancouver Canucks have done a fantastic job of this nearly for a decade, which is amazing, because now you've got other sports teams and leagues finally kind of coming to the realization of, hey, like, we should mirror our community. And the Canucks have been doing it for 10 years. So this is a huge deal, because not only do you have a celebration of a day that's important to Hindus, Sikhs, and Jains, but you also have a recognition of everybody in the community. There's multiple stakeholders that are taking a part of the decision-making process, whether it's local business, you mentioned the Diwali market, or local charities that our contributions are made. So, when you think of it holistically, Lindsay, it's not only about entertainment, it's not only about hockey, it's about community, and that's what makes it special.
And is the Indian community here in Vancouver getting into the Canucks celebration?
Oh, absolutely. I proudly say for the South Asian community, the Canucks are the go-to team, and they have been really since I was a kid. I grew up in Vancouver in 1994, and even before then, I know there's a lot of diehard fans, but in my lifespan, I can understand that the Canucks and the brand has been so important to this community. But this celebration, it's a sense of pride. Helping organize this over the last decade, there's a real, hey, we want to go to as many Canucks games as possible, but when is Diwali night? Because I want to not only take my family there, but it's taking your kids, taking your parents. It's everybody, whatever the age range may be. A lot of folks want to take the entire family, because it's just a different night of hockey. And what makes it special is, more than anything, it's sharing your culture with the hockey world, but also people are able to learn about the South Asian culture, whether it's through dance, whether it's through music. And Intense is going to do a great job of showing us what Punjabi music and South Asian music is about, or whether it's food or businesses. So it's a great way to bond in society just over the sport of hockey, a night like this.
Intense, this is the second time you are performing for the Canucks Diwali celebrations. What got you involved?
Randip.
You'll take credit, Randip?
When somebody is so talented, he's an international hit producer. He's a hit maker. Right? It's easy, right? Surrey born and raised. Intense. I might have made the call, but I know you're somebody that obviously has been on the radar for a long time and doing great work.
What will we hear tonight, Intense?
It's gonna be a jam-packed night. I'll be playing some of my music from my latest album that I released this summer called Intense, my self-titled album. As well as got a couple guests joining me tonight, special guests. So I hope everybody comes and checks it out and enjoys. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be amazing.
How do you plan to bring the vibe up for the hockey game?
You know what? Our community is so strong and so supportive and so excited. I was looking at hotels the other day for over here, and everything's sold out close to the arena. So it's I feel like it's going to be jam-packed and people are excited to party.
Randip, how big of a deal is it that Metro Vancouver's South Asian community is going to see one of their own, Arshdeep Bains, playing for the Canucks on a special night like tonight?
It's a huge deal, and it's very significant on multiple levels. First of all, having a local kid from Surrey is great to have on the team. It's just a guy that wasn't drafted in the WHL, wasn't drafted in the NHL, really against all odds, is now playing in the NHL. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's an unbelievable story. And then you even go beyond that for a community that, despite, especially here in BC, has been underrepresented in the hockey space at the highest levels. To have him play for the local team is just a huge moment for, I know, this organization, the Vancouver Canucks, but also for the local community here, because it just shows you and shows kids what's possible. I was at the annual Canucks Diwali skate, which is organized around the game, where 20 to 30 kids are invited to skate on the ice at Rogers Arena, which is unbelievable. But Arshdeep swung by and made a surprise visit yesterday, and you can just see the kids freeze because he is a role model for them. And I know he's trying to figure out his own NHL career, and you want to be a day in, day out NHLer, which he is thus far. But when you see those kids look up at him and see how motivated they are when they see somebody of their background playing at the highest level, it's a massive, massive deal for this community.
So tonight they'll see that inspiring hockey star, but also an inspiring music star in you, Intense. You really are an example of how big the Punjabi music scene has become in Surrey. Over 1 billion listens on Spotify, another 1 billion plus on YouTube. What has helped grow the South Asian music scene here in Metro Vancouver?
I think it's been like the influx of obviously the last 7, 8 years, so many different individuals coming from abroad and in working together and really understanding the culture over here in Canada and bringing the culture over from India, combining those two things, and we've created this amazing industry now that is so relatable to all different types of cultures. And yeah, like we're talking about Archie Baines and myself, like it's a whole new thing out here. These kids out here are looking at us and like, if they can do it, why can't we? You know what I mean? And that's what we wanted. There wasn't very many opportunities back when I was growing up that we got, and now it's like, hey, the world is your oyster.
It sounds like it is going to be such an exciting night. Thanks to you both for joining us.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Lindsay.
RandipJanda is the Canucks radio color commentary on Sportsnet 650, and Anil Kainth is a Surrey music producer. He is known as Intense.